What's up guys, I hope that you are doing very well. It's Kerry from KJB and welcome to a brand new series that I'm starting to run on the channel. This is how to improve your career mode. In this first episode, I'm focusing on Manchester United. Now, this series is going to be hopefully a weekly or every other week series I'm going to run. I'm going to suggest 5 signings to improve any career mode. So this week, I've decided to go with Manchester United because there's one gaping hole in that squad and I think I've got 5 players who could fix that very easily. But I've set out some rules. I don't just have to suggest 5 signings for one position, I can suggest 5 individual positions as signings, and I'm going to keep it fairly realistic for the club and status of the club. So if you were to suggest a J-League club in the comments, I would try and look at J-League players to suggest as signings. I hope that makes sense. So like I alluded to there, if you want me to do this with any other team that you can think of, pop a comment down below. Let me know your suggestions and I will make my next episode of this series around that team. I've got a list of a few I'd want to do so far, but any comments will sway my opinion quite massively. I'll aim to please the viewers, don't you worry. And if you do like the idea of this, please leave a like on the video. It always helps the channel out greatly. Now before we jump in as well, if you do use any signings that I suggest in this video, let me know how you get on in the comments. And if you've noticed the same problem I've noticed, and you've used any other players to fix that problem, again, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to see everyone's suggestions. I'm a massive advocate of career mode on any FIFA, so just a bit of discussion. I'd love it in the comments. It'd be great to see. But anyway, Manchester United. Look at this squad, and there's one player screaming to you that is desperate to be replaced. That's Nemanja Matic at CDM. I think this Man U squad is very, very, very good for career mode. And I think it's a fun squad to use. I think there's only one player you need to improve, and that's for CDM. And I think any good CDM frees up Paul Pogba in that midfield. And then you've got a 5-man attack of Sancho, Pogba, Rashford, Fernandes and Ronaldo. Now, who doesn't want to use that attack? So today, for the first episode of a series, all my 5 suggestions are for one position, and that position is CDM to replace Matic. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to show you suggestion number 1. Now the first player I'm suggesting for you today, Wilfred Ndidi, Leicester's arguably most important player when he's fit, next to Tielemans. He is that destroyer in midfield, and as you can see, we could sign him for 67.5 million. Now, I didn't try too much to budge on the price, but I'm sure you can get him a little bit cheaper than that. But for Ndidi, that's a decent price. He's 24, 6 foot tall, but he is a bigger presence than that on the pitch. He's got 4-star weak foot, and he's got loads of room and potential to grow. So I'm just going to run through some of his key stats for him. 90 stamina, 90 interceptions, 90 jumping. He's got 88 aggression and 89 reactions. So he really is that just bigger version of Kante. He is absolutely brilliant in the CDM position. And just to top it off, 85 slide tackle but 90 stand tackle. If you want to free up Paul Pogba in the midfield, I recommend Ndidi as probably the top target. You don't need to spend money on this Man U team. He is the perfect CDM for this squad. Suggestion number 2 for Manchester United's CDM problem. Again, it's a bit obvious, this one. I promise I'll get a bit more unique. I don't know if that's the right word. But anyway, this one, Declan Rice. The 22-year-old, 6'1" English international. You can get him for 54 million on career mode, and that is cheap. He's English, so if you want to make your own rules of Man U trying to sign English players, fits the bill perfectly. 82 rated at the start of FIFA, like I said, 6'1", younger than Ndidi, and realistically probably has a higher ceiling than Ndidi. Let's have a look at some of his stats. So the thing that stood out to Rice for me straight away is he's got the natural leader trait. He is going to just dominate that CDM position. He's going to bring the players around him into the game a lot more. And I think that trait alone can be quite crucial for this team. If he's going to be a leader, you want that in the centre of the park. Why not have Declan Rice be that? He is a little bit worse than Ndidi in terms of skill moves and weak foot. But like I said before, he's probably got a higher ceiling than Ndidi. 85 stamina, but then you look at some of his other stats. 82 short passing, followed with 83 stand tackle and 80 slide tackle. Declan Rice probably can do a little bit more on the ball than Ndidi can. So if you want that ball playing defensive midfielder, he might be quite good. Now option number 3 is the cheaper option. He's got 12 months left on his contract and you can probably get him a lot cheaper than what I did. Mönchengladbach just accepted the first offer I put in of 20 million. This one, Dennis Zakaria. 24-year-old Swiss international, 6'3", 80 rated, so he's not that much better than Matic, he's not that much better than Fred, not that much better than McTominay, but he is a destroyer in the middle of that pitch. And like I said, 12 months left on the contract, he's the cheap fix there, and if you want to spend money elsewhere on the squad, this signing allows you to do that. So he's got 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, but he's 6'3", so like Ndidi, he's not. He's a lot taller than Ndidi, so he's going to be a lot more of a presence in that midfield. And at 24, still got room to improve. But it's the physical stats that make a difference with Zakaria. 86 sprint speed, followed with 87 strength, 85 aggression. It's very, very good for the centre of the park. Let alone when you look at his tackling, 82 in that as well, 79 short passing. He can pretty much do it all. He can even play centre back as well. So if you went to a back three with this team, Zakaria would do a job for you. And like I said, he's probably the budget option for if you want to spend money elsewhere. But I'd recommend Zakaria. Very, very good player. Suggestion number 4 is a very different player to the others. This one is Ismail Benacer from AC Milan. He's more of a centre mid, but if you're confident with your defending on FIFA, then he could very well suit your needs in a midfielder. And I know what you might say, what about Donny van der Beek? If you really want to, just play Donny van der Beek there instead of spending the money. But I just wanted to highlight Ismail Benacer as an option. So the 5'9" Algerian international from AC Milan can play centre mid or CDM, and I feel like he's a bit more Kante-like in stature. Say Kante, say Fred, someone like that. He's probably a better version of Fred. That might be a better way of putting this. But 5'9", quite lightweight as well. But we'll go into why that's a good thing. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. He is left-footed as well. So if you play him on the left, Pogba on the right, that could be a very good duo. Anyway, let's look at these stats a bit deeper. 86 agility, 88 balance. So he's someone who, if you pass the ball to him in midfield, he will keep hold of it for you. He'll be hard to tackle, and he'll be a great player at setting up attacks from the CDM position. Especially with his 84 dribbling, 84 short passing and 83 long passing. Very, very good on the ball. He can play that deep line playmaker role and he can just be a lot better than Fred is. The final suggestion, and probably my favourite after having a deep dive into his stats, is Tchouaméni. I cannot pronounce this bloke's name, so apologies that I've got that wrong. But for 55 million, you can sign the 21-year-old French player. Let's see his stats and let me show you why he is the best. He is an exciting prospect on the game. He's 21 years old, he's French, he's 6'2", and he is basically just a few years off where Ndidi is. 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, he's very well rounded, he's right-footed, but he's 21 and he's only going to get a lot better. And some of his stats are scary. So 85 stamina, 81 strength. He's got 80 interceptions, 80 composure, 80 vision. He can do it all. He is so well rounded. Follow that up, 83 short passing, 81 stand tackle. The bloke can just do everything at CDM. And I came into this video thinking, oh, I'll find 5 players and look at the stats and blah blah blah. Ndidi's going to be the one. I'm a biased Leicester fan, but Ndidi's probably the best CDM in the league. Next to Declan Rice, I think that's probably fair. But he is the one I think you have to sign if you're doing a Manchester United career mode. I think he can do absolutely everything all the other players can do in midfield. He's 6'2", he can play balls like Benacer, he can defend like Ndidi. He's 21, so he's going to be around for the entirety of any career mode you do. And you can build a team around him. So my number one suggestion, which I didn't think it was going to be this, but he is the person to sign for any Man U career mode. And for 55 million as well. You still have about 80 to sign anyone else you want. So, Tchouaméni is the one. There's only one position I'd highlight to improve for this Man U team. It was the CDM position. I think this bloke does the job perfectly. Now, if you ask me, this team is good enough to challenge for a Premier League title on career mode. I'm going to make that very clear. On career mode in Season 1. So, out of my 5 suggestions, that is all I'd do to this team. I'd save the money. Look at someone in January sort of time. If you're not liking Maguire, sign a centre-back. If you're not liking Rashford or Ronaldo or someone like that, then sign a replacement with the money you've got left over. You're Man U, you're very, very rich. But that's it for the first episode of How to Improve. I think that Tchouaméni does a very, very good job at CDM for Manchester United. And I definitely recommend him. If you do go on and try him, please let me know how you get on with him in the comments below. But yeah, if you do enjoy the video, please leave a like. Comment with the next team you want me to have a look at. Like I said, I've got a list of teams I will go through for the series. I'll try and keep it relevant as well. But anyone you think I should be looking at team-wise, let me know. Don't matter what league it is. I will try and find signings to improve them on career mode. But if you have enjoyed, leave a like, comment with any feedback, subscribe to see more from us, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!